Welcome to my channel, friends. If you're over 60, like me, and you've been navigating the waters of love and life for a few decades, today's video might really speak to your heart. I want to talk about something that's becoming more and more common these days. Senior couples choosing whether to live together or live apart in their golden years. Now, that may sound odd to some folks. After all, weren't we raised to believe that love means sharing everything? A bed, a home, maybe even a bank account? Well, let me take you back a little. I was 67 when I met Margaret. We had both lost our spouses years earlier and weren't looking for anything serious. But something about her smile, her kindness, the way she listened, it was like coming home. We started seeing each other regularly. Coffee dates, Sunday strolls in the park, going to the community theater. A quiet, comforting rhythm developed. But when people found out we were a couple, the first question was always the same. So, when are you moving in together? And that's when the conversations really started. You see, at our age, living together isn't always the obvious next step. We both had our own routines, our own homes filled with memories. I had my books and my garden. Margaret had her quilting circle and her late husband's piano. The idea of combining our spaces felt, in many ways, like giving up pieces of who we were. So we didn't. We chose to live apart. Not because we didn't love each other, quite the opposite. We cherished our time so much that we didn't want resentment to creep in from forcing our daily lives into one mold. Instead, we spent weekends together, took trips, called each other every night. We supported each other's independence while nurturing our connection. That's what they call living apart together, or LAT for short. Of course, not everyone agreed. Some of our children were confused. Why not just move in? They asked. But we knew this arrangement worked for us. Margaret loved having her space and her quiet mornings. I needed time to tinker in my shed or read until midnight. We didn't have to compromise on those little comforts that become so important in retirement. On the other hand, I have friends like Bill and Eileen. They moved in together just 3 months after meeting at a church potluck. They said it was the best decision of their lives. They found comfort in companionship, in sharing meals, in knowing someone was always in the next room. For them, the joy was in togetherness, in merging their lives fully, just as they had with their first spouses decades ago. So which way is better? Honestly, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Living together provides closeness, shared responsibilities, and a deeper sense of unity. It can be especially helpful when health becomes a concern. Someone's there to help, to watch over, to comfort you in the middle of the night. But it can also bring challenges, adjusting to new habits, navigating different routines, or even dealing with financial complexities like estate planning or Social Security benefits. Living apart, on the other hand, preserves autonomy. You maintain your space, your pace, and your privacy. It can keep the relationship fresh. You miss each other, look forward to visits, and avoid some of the petty squabbles that living together sometimes brings. But it also means you might face the hard nights alone or miss the casual closeness of shared daily life. I remember a winter storm a few years back. Power went out at my house, and roads were icy. Margaret couldn't get to me, and I couldn't reach her. We both sat in the dark, each thinking about the other, feeling a little helpless. That night, we did wonder if living together would have made things easier. And yet, the next morning, when the sun came up and the roads cleared, we met for breakfast at our favorite diner, grateful, still in love, and knowing once again that our decision, though imperfect, was ours. If you're a senior, or you love someone who is, and you're facing the question of how to live in love in this stage of life, I encourage you to think beyond the old rules. Ask yourself, what makes you feel secure? What nurtures your connection? What gives you peace? Don't let pressure from family, friends, or even society dictate your choice. There's courage in doing what's right for you, even if it doesn't look like what others expect. And one more thing, talk. Talk openly with your partner about your hopes and fears, about practical needs and emotional desires. Whether you end up sharing a roof or living 2 blocks apart, love at our age deserves honesty, dignity, and respect. Thanks for watching. If this video spoke to you, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Do you live with your partner? Or do you cherish your independence? Let's start a conversation, one that honors the many ways love can grow, even in the later chapters of life. Until next time, take care of your heart and your home, wherever it may be.